Hey guys, thank you all for tuning into this video. I hope you guys are having a good day. Today we are going to be covering the top 5 keys to becoming a successful trader. So these important notes that I go over won't necessarily start earning you profit right away, but if you do follow them to a point, I promise you will see an increased value in your trading. So we're going to just head right into it. So number one, one of the most important keys is to get educated, okay? So this seems to be the hardest part for a lot of people. They don't really know where to start or how to get educated. But realistically, this should be one of the easiest of the 5 keys to accomplish. Um, I mean, it doesn't take a lot to sit down in a computer chair and sit at a screen for an extended period of time. Just like you might be memorizing things for school. So this isn't something that's completely impossible. This is something that everyone can be doing. It's just the important part about this is where you're getting the information and how you're getting the information. So, I'll recommend a few websites and YouTube channels and other things to you guys for you guys to get started on being educated in forex trading, because there's nothing worse than getting the wrong information and studying that, and then just wasting your time, pretty much, right? So, I'm gonna first recommend some websites for you guys. Okay, the first website I would love to recommend to you guys, and this has helped me immensely. It's called Baby Pips, okay? So Baby Pips is just a Forex learning website, and there's pretty extensive online classes and information you guys can be going through here and educating yourself on. I've spent hours on this website, and if you guys do too, you guys will learn a lot. I've learned most of my Forex knowledge off of this website, okay? Another one I quickly want to recommend to you guys is called Investopedia. Okay, so this is more an all around. It's not specifically tailored to educating people, but it is all around like a strategy. You can learn strategies. You can do pre-market analysis on here. You can see other blogs that people are posting on certain topics of forex. So this is definitely something that you can tune into every once in a while and just read up on. And so the last website I want to recommend to you guys is just called forex.com. Okay. So forex.com is once again more or less the same as Investopedia. It's not necessarily specifically tailored to educating people. But that being said, there is a education section. So if you go see the taskbar on the top here and you go education, you got a whole bunch of you got trading courses here, programs, webinars, and popular topics. And so there's a whole bunch of information. This is also a website that I've spent a lot of time on, and it's good information too. So there's obviously other websites out there that you guys can be looking at and educating yourself off of. Just the one thing I recommend is that it is a website that is actually good and doesn't claim to be something it's not, because once again, you don't want to be teaching yourself false information. Moving on, there's a few YouTube channels that I'll point you guys to. So my personal favorite YouTube channels, and I think probably the most popular, is called Rainer Teo. So this guy posts, I think daily, pretty much daily, on pretty much anything and everything forex. Okay, and this guy, like I said, all the information you're going to be getting from him is completely accurate. Whenever I watch his video, I have a notepad out, taking notes on whatever it may be. And like, yeah, it's just great information that I've used in my day-to-day trading all the time. Okay, so second last website I want to point out to you guys is called, sorry, it's called Trading 212. Okay, and this is a less popular but more or less kind of the same thing. It's as Rainer Teo. It's not specifically tailored to forex once again, but there is a lot of forex material in here, and so like I said, very, very good information. He hasn't posted a lot, and he doesn't really post a lot, as you can see. His most recent video was 1 month ago, and then before that was 10 months ago. But there is a whole backlog of videos here that are very, very useful and that you guys can definitely take a look at. And for the last YouTube channel that I'd like to point out to you guys can always head over to my YouTube channel. I only started about a month ago, but that being said, I'll be uploading multiple times a week, like I have been, and all of the information that I will be giving you guys is once again verified and correct and accurate information, so you never have to worry about that coming from me. So the last thing I want to point out about this last point of getting educated is something that every trader goes through. So you're going to go through maybe 3, 4, 5 days, maybe a week of just studying and gaining knowledge and going on these websites and going on these YouTube channels. And you're going to start trading. And when you do that, you the first time or the second time you might win a lot of money, and you might think to yourself, there's no need to be educated anymore. I've made lots of money. If I did it once, I can continue to do it, so there's no point of going back to baby pips or grain or Teo and studying. That being said, Forex is something that you can never stop learning from, okay? Even if it's just tuning into, past live streams of people trading and, seeing where they went wrong or seeing what they're doing and what they're doing right. Forex as a concept has loads and loads of information that you can always be getting in to perfect your craft. So that first trade, second trade session that you win money on, don't feel the need to not go back to these websites, okay? You guys should be going to these websites multiple times a week, almost every day, even if it's just for 20 minutes and reading a blog post that a trader has posted on. Okay, so the second point is going to be master a style and pairs, okay? So what I mean by mastering a style and pairs is if you head over to TradeView or whatever website you use to look at your charts, is in your trading session, you shouldn't be trading all of these pairs that you see on the right here. What you shouldn't be doing is, okay, let's say you start your trading session, you shouldn't just be flipping through them and looking at the candle charts looking for a specific trade setup. You should have 2 to 4, maybe 5 max pairs that you should be trading every day, okay? And what this will do is this will allow yourself to familiarize yourself with this pair, and you can further more predict and more accurately predict what the pair is going to do next. So I've been trading these same 4 pairs ever since I've started trading. I haven't traded anything else. I've never placed one bet on AUD JPY. I haven't placed a bet on any other of these pairs. Just these 4 pairs. Another thing you can do to further accurately dial in on your pairs is trade at the same time, okay? So what I do is I wake up an hour before I need to get ready to leave for work, and I trade. I just have a 1 hour trade session in the morning. And so what I'm doing is every day from X amount of time to Y amount of time, I'm trading the same pairs. And once again, even though the market is, impossible to 100% predict, this allows myself to go through the same processes and at the same time of day, and it will allow myself to more so familiarize myself with the pairs. So that's mastering pairs. What I mean by mastering a style is, as you guys should know, there's 100 different styles and 100 different ways you can trade Forex, right? So whether that be head and shoulders, whether that be divergence, whether that be whatever, right? You guys should be trading the same style, the same pairs, the same time of day. Allow yourself to get into a routine and more accurately place trades. If you guys want to take your trading to the next level, it's all about routine. Moving on to the third point, we got proper account management, okay? Proper account management can be the killer for a lot of beginner traders, okay? If you don't have proper account management and risk management, you can go from X amount of money to $0 in one trading session. And what I mean by proper account management and risk management is this. So let's say I have $100 in my trading account, okay? So proper account management is you should have a goal by either the end of the week or the month of what you should hit in terms of percent of your account, okay? Not dollar value. So for a beginner trader, this should be slightly lower than what you might expect. So by the end of the week, what I started with is I started by the end of the week, I hit 4% cap, okay? So if by day 3 throughout my week, I was already at 4%, then I was done for the week. I wouldn't trade anymore, okay? And you can break this down further into days. So from Monday to Friday, when the market's open, you should be hitting at least, just under 1%, and this would keep you on track for your 4% of the week. That being said, if you kept this up week in and week out, then like on your first week, if you hit 4%, that would be $4. But on your 13th or 14th week or whatever, that would be a lot more money, right? So that's account management. Now, risk management is your individual trades. So for a beginner trader and for pretty much any trader, you should be trading in between 0.5% and 2% of your account, okay? So 0.5% and 2%. Okay. This will allow you to not over leverage yourself and lose too much money at one time, because one thing leads to another and you've lost one or two trades in a row. You think to yourself, well, okay, if I put a lot of money into this trade and I win, then I break even. You should never do that. You should always trade at least 0.5% to 2% of your account, nothing more. If you keep this basic account management and risk management up, you'll never over leverage. You'll always stay somewhat consistent on your account. Moving on to the fourth key, it's all about eliminating emotion, okay? This is probably one of the hardest parts about trading, okay? Because like I said, you could go for that first night of trading or second night of trading and win a whole bunch of money and get really excited, right? And you think you're untouchable all of a sudden. You think you found the easiest way to make money. You found the holy grail, right? This isn't the case. What you almost want to do is treat this like a job. You should get into a routine, as I was saying before, of every morning waking up or every night coming on before you go to bed for an hour and a half max, doing the same thing, trading the same style, trading the same pairs, and eliminating all, strenuous variables. Now, it can be hard when you're clearing trade in and trade out and you're making lots of money. It could be hard to not get excited. But once you start getting excited, then you start trading more money, and that's when you lose more money. And the same goes for the other way. When you start losing trades and losing trades, it could be very easy to put a lot of money in one trade just to make it all back. But when you lose that trade, you instantly regret everything. So some things I like to do is, once again, like I said, treat it almost like a job. Another thing is, what I used to do is I used to play music while trading. I don't play music anymore because this just like subconsciously adds to your emotions. When you've cleared a whole bunch of trades and you're playing, one of your favorite songs or whatever, you get really excited. You don't want that. You want to keep straight emotions and make sure you're thinking logically, not off emotions. And what you can do is, once you've finished your trade session and you're not trading anymore for the day, you can think back and then get excited, right, about how you had a great trade session. But when you're in the middle of a trade session and you're clearing trades or you're losing trades and you start adding emotion into your thought, that's when you lose money. Okay? And so for the final key is never force a trade, okay? Forex is all about patience. I've gone 2, maybe even 3 days without placing a trade. So 3 trade sessions of 1 to 1.5 hours, and I've never placed a trade in those 3 trade sessions. What you don't want to do is force a trade. Patience is key. You don't need to be entering trade sessions every day. Now, let's say you do force a trade and you end up winning it. This still hurts you, okay? You're subconsciously training your mind to have positive attachments to those forced trades, right? Because if you force a trade and you win it, obviously you're going to be a little bit excited or a little bit happy, right? So in the future, when you're about to force a trade again, you're going to think, well, last time when I forced a trade, I won it, right? So don't force trades, just stay away. Patience is key. You don't always need to be in a trade. That's about it, guys. These are the 5 keys that I've personally found out and implemented into my trades that have made me a better trader. If you do these 5, I won't guarantee that you'll be making thousands and thousands of dollars, but you'll definitely see an improvement in your trading quality. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to let me know. You can either email me, message me on Instagram, which will both be in the description, or message me in the comments. I'll obviously reply as soon as I can. If you guys liked the video, I would appreciate a subscription. If not, you can let me know in the comments what you thought. Thank you guys for watching and have a great day.